करते हैं ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਨਿੱਘਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ मनन गुप्ता और प्रोग्राम ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਚਰਚਾ और हर शाम 8 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 9 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਪੰਜਾ ਟੈਲੀਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਲਾਈਵ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਸਿਲਸਿਲਾ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਸਰਦੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟਾਈਮ 7:30 ਤੋਂ 8:30 ਹੁੰਦਾ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਹੁਣ ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ 8 ਤੋਂ 9 ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਹਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਚਰਚਾ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਖਾਸ ਉਚੇਚੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੋ ਖਾਸ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਰਾਜ ਵਾਲੀਆ ਜੀ ਫਰੋਮ ਟਰਕ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨਜ਼ ਐਂਡ ਟਰਕੈਡਮੀ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਥ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਮ ਰਿਚਰਡਸਨ ਹੂ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਚੇਅਰ ਆਫ ट्रक ट्रेनिंग स्कूल एसोसीएशन ऑफ ओंटारियो और बहुत सारे होर अदारियां दे नाल जुड़े हुए इन्हां दा अपना ट्रक ड्राइविंग स्कूल है कैलिडोनिया विच पिछले 30 सालों तो सो किम एंड राज इट्स ऑलवेज अ प्लेजर टू हैव इंडस्ट्री प्रोफेशनल्स join us thank you for sparing your valuable evening time I'll start with you Kim after the break I have known you for the last 15 years, ever since I came to Canada. And incidentally, I have known Raj also almost from the same time, you have been a part and parcel of how Road Today Media Group has grown. You were, at one point of time, you were a regular contributor. You still want to contribute, but time doesn't allow you, and your other commitments. And then we have met at many industry events, Fergus Truck Show, I hope you remember University of Trucking, when we launched there in 2005, that was a big splash.
It's a great memory.
Yeah, it's a great memory because I was looking at the pictures, how your kids, Matt and Jamie, how they have grown all with us together.
Yes.
So definitely it's a family network and so is with Raj, when I came to Canada in 2002, he started his truck solutions and we have been friends and colleagues and industry professionals together.
That's true, yeah.
So it has been a journey and this is what I really admire in trucking and transportation. People, even if they change their jobs, they change their company, but still they are connected in some way or the other.
Absolutely. It's a fraternity.
It's a fraternity.
I say it's one of the greatest fraternities in the world. And, it's the second largest employer in Canada next to retail. It was the first.
Right.
But it's such a small network. I mean, it's so big, but yet everybody knows everybody.
Yes.
And always willing to help.
Exactly, and we're very helpful, very forward-looking and very progressive, optimistic, that is what this industry brings to the table. And just recently, earlier, in the month of March, we were at Women with Drive Summit,
Yes.
a great event organized by Angela Splinter and Trucking HR Canada. So there are a lot of events happening in the industry, in the community. So we encourage our audience to be a part of those events. And definitely there are a couple of events lined up in April and May and June. So why not start with mentioning a couple of those and sharing those inputs. I know PMTC has got its annual conference coming up.
Yes, the Private Motor Truck Council. They've actually moved their venue,
right?
Which is new for them. I mean, they're heading down to Niagara Falls.
Yeah,
they had it in Kingbridge forever.
Yeah,
Mike Million, the new president over there at PMTC, is just doing a wonderful job. Very engaging with the industry. Invests a lot of time. Their conference, and from my perspective, is one of the best investments that our family businesses make.
Very nice.
All year long. I mean. A lot of good trucking companies, a lot of great information. It's very reasonably priced.
Yeah.
For us at KRTS and the Rearview Mirror and Transrep, it's a don't miss event.
Yeah. So ਜਿਹੜੀ PMTC ਦੀ ਐਨੂਅਲ ਕਾਨਫਰੰਸ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਜੂਨ 15 ਔਰ 16 ਨੂੰ ਨਿਆਗਰਾ ਫਾਲਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਔਰ ਜੇ ਇਸ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਗਲੇ ਹਫਤੇ ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ 11 ਨੂੰ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਟਰੱਕਰ ਸੈਮੀਨਾਰ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਰੋਡ ਟੂਡੇ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਔਰ ਬਰੂਸ ਆਊਟਰੀਚ ਐਂਟਰਪ੍ਰਾਈਜ਼ਸ ਦੀ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਪੇਸ਼ਕਸ਼ ਹੈ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਸੈਮੀਨਾਰ ਹੈ ਮੰਗਲਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਦਿਨ ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ 11 ਨੂੰ ਕੈਪੀਟਲ ਬੈਂਕਟ ਹਾਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਉਹਦੀ ਰਜਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਾਣੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ 20 21 22 ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸਪੋ ਕੈਂਪ ਸ਼ੋ ਹੈ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦਾ ਲਾਰਜੈਸਟ ਟਰੱਕ ਸ਼ੋ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਲ ਟੋਰਾਂਟੋ 'ਚ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਲ ਮੌਂਟਰੀਅਲ 'ਚ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਸੋ ਇਸ ਵਾਰ ਮੌਂਟਰੀਅਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਕਸਪੋ ਕੈਂਪ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮਈ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੋਡ ਟੂਡੇ ਸ਼ੋ ਔਰ ਜੌਬ ਫੇਅਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੌਣਕਾਂ ਲਗਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਮਈ 27 ਨੂੰ ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਦੇ ਸੌਕਰ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ
ਮੈਂ ਉਹੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਸ਼ੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਲਾਸਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੋਲਦੇ
ਸਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਰੌਣਕਾਂ ਵਧਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਰਾਜ ਹੈਜ਼ ਬੀਨ ਅ ਪਾਰਟ ਐਂਡ ਪਾਰਸਲ ਆਫ ਰੋਡ ਟੂਡੇ ਸ਼ੋ ਐਂਡ ਜੌਬ ਫੇਅਰ ਐਵਰ ਸਿੰਸ ਵੀ launched and you have been there many times representing Transrep Rearview Mirror and your dad also he came once 2 years ago. It was such an honor to have him.
Well, you honored him, which he has that Road Today truck downstairs. He's retired out at the lake, but he knew I was coming out to see you, and he passed along his best wishes. You certainly left an impression with him, and he's a trucker.
Yeah, absolutely. And Smart Trucker Seminar, you were part of our series in Grimsby last year. So you want to share some insight. What do you see? Because we do it with a passion to inform the community and the trucking industry.
Man, and I was so impressed last year when I attended the event in Grimsby, and I think it was your first year of doing the events. And I'm really pleased to see that you're focusing on the entry-level drivers this year.
Yeah.
And you've got some wonderful presenters. Guy Broderick is an industry friend and strong advocate. I really want to congratulate you folks for what you're doing. And I encourage anyone who's in the industry or thinking about getting in the industry to invest the time. You've got a wonderful group of sponsors and people that are going to be participating, and there's going to be so much wealth in that room, Manan.
Absolutely. We just want you to spend your valuable time with us on April 11th. It's a Tuesday evening from 6 to 9. Dinner is included. There's no cost, thanks to our sponsors, Challenger Motor Freight, Ontario Truck Driving School, and RS2000, and definitely a lot of other stakeholders, they are there.
Yeah.
So, Raji, moving ahead, I know we are running, short of time. There are a lot of issues, a lot of changes coming to the industry, because you deal with safety and compliance, and so does Kim in some capacity. There are a lot of technological changes coming. New trends are being embraced in the industry. We know we'll talk about electronic log devices, which is becoming mandatory in the States. So how is Truck Solutions geared up to embrace those changes and then further pass on the information?
ਜੀ ਮਨਨ ਜੀ ਆਪਣਾ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਚੇਂਜ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਆਪਣਾ ਇੱਕ ਫੂਡ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ
ਜੀ
ਸੈਨੇਟਰੀ ਦਾ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਾਈਪ ਐਂਡ ਰੀਫਰ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਰੀਫਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਹੈਗਾ FDA ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਈਅਰ ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲਾਰਜ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਿਸ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਦੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਫੁੱਲ ਫਲੈਸ਼ ਕੰਪਲਾਇੰਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਟਰੈਕਟਰ ਟ੍ਰੇਲਰ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਸੈਨੀਟਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਲੀਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਫੂਡਸ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਾਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਫੂਡ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਲਰਜੀਕ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਰਾਈਟ ਤੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੈਜ਼ਮੈਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕੈਮੀਕਲਸ ਯੂਜ਼ ਹੋਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ ਸੋ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਚੇਂਜਸ ਆ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਬੰਦੇ ਡਰਾਈਵਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਟ੍ਰੇਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸੋ ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਪਾਈਪਲਾਈਨ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵਧੇਰੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ electronic logs it's happening it's for sure happening still a lot of time a lot of people do ask me is there any possibility that the electronic logs will be deferred no it's going to happen for sure it's going to happen and the deadline is 17th of December this year this is the right time for your customers for you to let your customers know that this change is coming up and this is how it's going to affect this is the right time for you to train your drivers and let them know if you have a specific routes and there are only limited truck stops on that routes you have to tell them which truck stop you should be using how you're going to manage your hours tell your dispatchers train your dispatcher it's very very important it is coming it's going to be reality very soon
so talking about reality and we all know that December 17th is the deadline this year for especially for the fleets running into state so when you provide training at Trukademy do you have some ELD devices for those new drivers to get hands-on experience
there are a variety of suppliers right now who are providing that and most of those let me clarify the regulation itself is not changing both in US and Canada it's remains same the hours of service regulation is remain same both in US and Canada 13 hours drive or 11 hours drive all those parameters are remain same however it's just from paper log to change it to the electronically that's what the change is there are different providers for the electronic logs different satellite providers they have all their specific technical trainings yes we are equipped with some of them but more and more suppliers are coming there are some US companies also coming in the near future we have been approached by some US suppliers and they're very aggressive on the pricing very very good real time messaging monitoring hard braking very good they are equipped with lots of technology and geofencing you name it it's there very so yes we are equipped with that and we are ready to train our clients and any other people yes
absolutely ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਹੈ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨਸ ਔਰ ਅਕੈਡਮੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਲੇਟੈਸਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੋਰਸਸ ਨੇ ਲੇਟੈਸਟ ਕੰਪਲਾਈਂਸ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਲਾਜ਼ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਫੂਡ ਸੈਨੀਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਐਕਟ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਇਟਸ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਟੂ ਬੀ ਅ ਗੇਮ ਚੇਂਜਰ ਫॉर all the fleets FSMA act so be geared for that and then ELDs are coming so all these things you will get to know if you attend industry events you go to these shows go to these exhibitions go to those seminars get yourself in the learning mode, because that will make you a successful trucker and a trucking professional. Kim, you know, you have been in the industry for the last 30-35 years. You have probably seen the era when there was no cell phone, nothing like that. If you are out on the road, you call, you know, once in a day back home that, okay, I've reached, you know, this particular station, this particular spot, now I'll be returning back. But now is the time that you are being monitored every microsecond of your life. How do you see that technological advancements, you know, bombarding on our life?
Yeah, you know, I think it's a wonderful thing, Manan and Raj. I think you agree. This technology, we as an industry need to embrace it.
Right.
And it's going to make the roads safer. There's no more cheating with electronic logbooks.
Yeah.
Everybody will be governed
Right.
to the same regulations, and that's going to be healthier for business.
Right.
It's going to be healthier for our industry. It's going to make us safer. It's going to make us more palatable for our youth to embrace, because the youth today,
Yeah.
they want technology. And when I think of technology, I think of some of the things that have come out recently. One of the companies we deal with, Making Eligibility Easy. I mean, one of the biggest tasks that carriers have is getting these drivers that they want to hire qualified.
Yeah.
How can they do it quicker, faster, and accurate?
Okay, so you mean in the hiring process?
The hiring process.
Okay.
So what Making Eligibility Easy does is it helps get the reference checks quicker. The abstracts are accurate.
Okay.
Because with
that's
today's,
a big gray area, you know.
well,
Yeah.
with today's
Yeah.
technology, they can really be tampered with.
Yeah.
Not with Making Eligibility Easy.
Okay.
And the other thing that I like about Making Eligibility Easy is how they manage the training and the orientation and the driver qualification file, so that for all of our regulatory bodies across North America, all of that information is at a finger key.
Okay. So is it a subscription-based service or a proprietary?
No,
or
no,
something?
it's not subscription-based. It's based on the carrier's usage. We, as an association at TTSAO, have embraced it as well.
Okay.
So we can use some of the services that Making Eligibility Easy provides. And what the TTSAO has done is they've partnered with Making Eligibility Easy and the carriers, so that we can exchange the information from the school's perspective. So all of our transcripts and education, they can be loaded up at the push of a key,
Okay.
and the carriers can see all that information.
Okay.
So when they're making some hiring decisions, faster, quicker, more accurate. And that's what the insurance companies want. You know, the biggest problem that we've had in the past decade is that we as a carrier want to hire this candidate, but we're waiting on reference checks.
Yeah.
Correct.
And that can take weeks.
Yeah.
With Making Eligibility Easy, they do that for the carrier.
Okay.
Not
that's-
only weeks, but there are some gray areas where
Absolutely.
they can use it. But that's going to be very good, very straightforward and clean.
That technology is being embraced, and carriers are seeing a definite advantage. And then there's, you know, those type of suppliers. You know, I think Making Eligibility Easy was first to market, so it's always good to be first to market.
Very good.
But more importantly, it's good to have good partners, and they partnered out of the gate with Challenger Motor Freight to help
Yeah.
build the system.
Yeah.
And Challenger is one of the premier carriers in
World-class
the country.
carrier. World-class
First class award winning. Bison Transport is looking at it.
Yeah.
Many municipalities are looking at it. So
Nice.
at the end of the day, it's about making the roads safer. And how do we do that? By embracing technology.
Yes, very true. I know you very proudly wear the lapel pin of TCA, you know, Truckloads Carrier Association, and you were recently in the States because you attend a lot of conferences, you attend a lot of events. So we'll talk about that, but I think we have a caller, waiting for his or her questions to be answered. Let's take this call. Hello?
ਹੈਲੋ
Hello?
ਹੈਲੋ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸਰ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਔਨ ਦਾ 에ਅਰ ਹੋ ਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰੋਨਿਕ ਲੌਗ ਬਾਕਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ
ਜੀ
electronic log box is okay to driver sites how to get maintained, how to get prepared,
right.
but when is time's gonna run out, so many trucks gonna be on the road, and they have any parking
Infrastructure, yeah.
Yeah, there.
yes.
Right.
What he's trying to say, I think.
Yeah, ਨਹੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਬੜਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਜੀ. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for calling in and listening to watching our show. We'll get your questions answered from our experts. Kim and Raj, they are here. Raji ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ topic ਨੂੰ ਛੇੜਿਆ ਹੀ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ we need to plan our route in advance. So Kim, you know, as you probably heard the question, with ELDs, when a driver runs out of his, driving time, and he's middle in the, somewhere on I-80 or whichever highways, and there is no truck stop nearby, what does he or she do?
Or the truck stops are already full. There is a shortage of truck stops on the highways.
There's not enough parking spots easily, there's a huge shortage already.
I think the problem is more in Canada than the United States.
Okay.
I think the infrastructure really has to be considered here in Canada. I think there's not going to be as big as issue in the U.S. There's also a grace period. These drivers aren't going to be left out in the cold per se.
Right.
There's going to be a time frame for them to get to a proper location so that they're safe.
Okay.
But the caller does have a legitimate
Very valid
beef.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because looking at the weather constraints,
Yes.
weather changes, the highways shut down due to any collision, any weather updates for hours and hours. What is the fault of that innocent driver who's stuck in that?
There's a provision in the regulation for extra 2 hours drive in case of emergency. But again, the caller has a legit question that if I know my hours gonna be over at this time, and there's only one truck stop in that geographical area, and that truck stop is already full. Even these days, the drivers been back and forth, coming back and saying that when we reach to that truck stop is full. Right?
In fact, there was a study recently, sorry to cut you, Balaji, there was a recently study done by ATRI, American Truck Research Institute, which said that there is a economical loss of $5,000 to $6,000, if I'm not mistaken, per truck in US due to shortage of truck parking spots.
Yes.
They keep on moving around, they can't find the truck spot, it adds to the gridlock, it adds to GHG gases, it adds to driver frustration.
Yes.
They're not able to park their truck and use washrooms or take a shower or have a nap somewhere. So I think
it's gonna be, sorry.
Well, we have to look after our most important cog in the wheel, and that's the driver.
Right.
We have to listen to these professional drivers. They're the ones that are out in the trenches every day.
Yeah.
And they know what the backlog's like at the service centers and at the rest areas.
Yeah.
And it's up to government and it's up to industry to work together to solve that problem, because let's be honest, gentlemen, it doesn't take that big of deal to create a parking lot.
yeah, certainly it doesn't.
With some facilities,
Yeah.
I as an entrepreneur, there's an opportunity here for someone with property close to the interstates, close to the 401s. I mean, it's going to be big business.
But I think approval process is a bit, red tape, bureaucracy. Whatever happens here.
Absolutely. But I also believe that it's an opportunity.
Yeah, there is definitely an
And
opportunity.
the industry has to make sure that their message is clear.
Yeah.
And we need to listen to the drivers. It's critical.
Yeah.
With today's technology, we can gather that information and help supply that information to the decision makers.
Right.
Yeah, and I think the name of the game, it's going to be very interesting to see the immediate next year after launching the electronic logs. But the thing is, the trip planning is going to play a lots of big role.
That's where training comes into place.
Yes,
If you don't even know what trip planning is, because you have been trained just to get a license. So be ready. And starting from July 1st, MELT is going to equip you with more knowledge, with more skills to succeed in trucking. But, going back to my initial question when the call came in, you were in the States. What is the state of affairs in America? Trump is here, President Trump. And I know recently he was blowing a horn in the truck. When the ATA and the other group of associations, they went to see him at White House. He was fully charged and, he gave his full support to the trucking industry and the causes.
He loves the trucking industry.
Yeah.
Trump loves the trucking industry. Kevin Birch, a friend of mine, owns Jet Express in Dayton, Ohio. His truck was there.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the trucks, and he was actually in the Oval Office.
Right.
And he was at the table with Trump. He said, without a doubt, one of the biggest highlights of his entire career. He didn't say he was a Trump supporter.
Okay. Which is fine. That's fine.
And that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's the first time in the history of trucking that trucks have been parked at the White House.
Yes.
And that we got our day in the sun.
Yes.
And there's so many great things going on within this industry. TCA is a tremendous example of just doing great things for everyone in the industry.
Yeah.
Great organization. 1,250 people.
Wow.
They sat down for dinner for the awards. By the way, which top winners were Bison Transport.
Yeah.
I don't want to get this wrong. TransX.
Okay.
I think.
I know about Bison for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bison,
Bison
and there's
for
another
sure,
Canadian carrier that
Yeah.
won a smaller division.
Right.
And as usual, the Canadians were at the podium.
Yes,
Exactly.
yeah.
And definitely, if you want to get hired with many of these blue chip companies, Canada's best careers, come down to Road Today show and job fair on May 27th. A lot of these companies will be out and there hiring, looking for drivers, owner operators. Our time is unfortunately running out, but final 15 seconds, Kim.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for giving me the opportunity to talk about the TTSAO and our industry. Man, as you know, I'm very passionate. Our family's very passionate about the business that we toil in, and it's great to be surrounded by some really good people this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you with us. Raji, ਜਾਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕੋਈ final ਸੰਦੇਸ਼?
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਮਨਨ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਦਾ ਥੈਂਕਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਓਪਰਚੁਨਿਟੀ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਊਅਰਸ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਰੂਬਰੂ ਹੋਣ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਇਹੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਬੀ ਸੇਫ ਸਮਬਡੀ ਇਜ਼ ਵੇਟਿੰਗ ਫॉर ਯੂ ਐਟ ਹੋਮ ਡੋਂਟ ਰਸ਼ ਅਗਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਲਾਇਸੈਂਸ ਲੈਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਕੋਈ ਸਲਾਹ ਦੇਣੀ ਹੈ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਆਓ ਫਸਟ ਕੰਸਲਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਪੈਸਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਰਜ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਇਨਫਰਾਸਟ੍ਰਕਚਰ ਦੇਖੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਰਸ ਦੇ ਕੰਟੈਂਟਸ ਦੇਖੋ ਉਦੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸਿਸ ਪੁੱਛਿਓ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਆਪਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਸੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਨੰਬਰ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਤੇ ਆ ਹੀ ਰਿਹਾ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਮਨਨ ਜੀ
ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਜੀ ਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਚਰਚਾ ਦੀ ਖਾਸ ਪੇਸ਼ਕਸ਼ ਸਾਡੇ ਖਾਸ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਰਾਜ ਵਾਲੀਆ ਜੀ ਫਰੋਮ ਟਰਕ ਸੋਲਿਊਸ਼ਨਸ ਐਂਡ ਟਰਕ ਅਕੈਡਮੀ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਥ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਕਿਮ ਰਿਚਰਡਸਨ ਉਚੇਚੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੋਂ ਕੈਲੀਡੋਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ 1.5-2 ਘੰਟੇ ਦਾ ਸਫ਼ਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਮਿਸੀਸਾਗਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਏ ਆਪਣਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਪੈਂਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਚੇਅਰ ਆਫ ਟਰਕ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਸਕੂਲ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਸੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਪਸੰਦ ਕੀਤਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ 416-451-0040 ਨੰਬਰ ਤੇ ਕਾਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਵਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਐਵਰੀਬਡੀ ਅ ਵੈਰੀ ਸੇਫ ਈਵਨਿੰਗ ਅਹੈਡ ਔਰ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ Be safe, stay safe and drive safe. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अगले हफ्ते नवी मुलाकात तक साडा रब रखा सत श्री अकाल